Hi everybody, my name is Jan Dufour and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. I live just outside of Louisville, Kentucky. I am going on vacation. I have 90 things I need to do. So this is going to be short and sweet. This was going to be an add-on, but I'm making something else and it wasn't coming out, so that'll be next week's. Anyway, bows. Everybody makes bows differently. There's lots of tutorials on how to do bows. I'm introducing a very old product called Bow Easy. You can still purchase this. I think it came out in 2009, but if you go on to Etsy and type in Bow-Easy or the original Bow-Easy, there is somebody who's still selling it. It's like $6. I don't use it all the time because, to be honest, I don't use a lot of bows. But there are bows that I use for my charity cards that I make for newborns born into ICU. And these are teeny tiny bows. And they're impossible to make with your fingers. You can make them. There's a lot of, it takes forever because you're zhuzhing them, as my upline says. You're constantly trying to adjust it to make it. Rabbit ears are hard to do that way because they're so tiny. This makes them so easy. So, again, it's Bow-Easy, the original. I couldn't find it on Amazon. Couldn't find it. Where else did I look? I guess I just Googled it. Just go to Etsy. They have it. And I have no affiliation with them, so FYI. But as you can see, they make beautiful bows. There are 7 different sizes. This one, of course, is the teeny tiniest, and it's just using these 2 legs. All you need are 2 legs. These 2 legs or these 2 legs make it bigger. These 2 legs, either these 2 legs or these 2 legs. Again, these 2 or these 2. So it makes 7 different bows. 2, 4, 6, and then 7. I don't know why they didn't do something different there. Anyway, I digress. As you can see, I'm in motor mouth mode. You'll have to forgive me. Slow down the volume and you'll be okay. So I'm going to show you how this works. I'm going to make it first with the more narrow. This is a more common size. I think this is 1/4 of an inch. Yes. And then 3/8 of an inch is another very common size for, I think this is 3/4. No, this is a 1/2 inch. Not 3/4 of an inch. I'm sorry. 3/8 of an inch, but this is a 1/2 inch, which is a little bit bigger. So I'm going to make this bow. As I said, it makes beautiful bows. You make them all the same. So you don't have to do anything different. I'm going to lay these up here just so that you can see them because they're really cute. You may or may not want to use a pair of tweezers. These are reverse tweezers. I'm going to use these tweezers. Doesn't really matter. These are a little easier to use, I think. Anyway, let us make a bow. And let us make it this size, which I think will go good for this. And as I said, you make them all the same, so it doesn't matter. You have an extension. Oh, and they have excellent directions, by the way, as they show you here by color. And then they have many pictures on how to do it. So it is very simple to use. You can follow the directions or follow my video. So you start off on the left-hand side with this is a tail, okay? You can wrap it around more than once. I am not going to do that. I'm just going to do a simple bow, but you can wrap it around as many times as you want. And then you have to guesstimate about how much you need left. Now, generally, I do it right off the spool, but you can't do that because you got to go in and come back out around. So, actually, I did figure out how you could do that. Hang on, let me see if this works. And then put this back over here. You still have to cut it. So, let me show you the right way. So you go around, you have a tail. Go around, and you do want it to, be flat, not twisted. Leave yourself a little opening over here. I usually estimate about the same distance and a little bit longer for the wrap in the center. So I'm going to do this. There will be a little bit waste, but not a much. You go down into the hole. Now here's where if it's a tight hole like you just have a small space, I usually stick it down and hold it in the back a little bit, and then go in the back and grab it with my tweezers, which I can't do because I use my body when I do that, and I'm not on showing, but this is big enough so I can grab it. So you went once around and down the center. Leave this loop fairly big. You're going to come around, again, trying to keep it straight. And you want to remember, don't go back the same way as the other one is. A bow, when you do it, goes with the other tail going in the other direction. I just lay it like this. It doesn't have to be pretty. Grab it and pull it. And then the way you tighten it is to just pull on this one back and forth. Nice tight bow, off it comes. And the funny thing is you don't tighten it the way you normally do, like you usually pull this to tighten it. That doesn't work. You want to tighten it while it's still on. And then you go ahead and you clip your edges. You can either put it this way with a nice little cross, or you can put it this way. Depends on your ribbon. But there you have it. Nice, pretty bow. We'll do it a little bit faster this time. You can always press repeat, but I'm going to do it with a little bit wider ribbon. And we'll make it slightly bigger. Let's go with this size. Again, you have it off to the side. I hope you can see this ribbon. Let me see if that helps. Oops, I'm sorry, hang on. I didn't think about it being clear, but here we go. Now you can see it. So we have the tail off to the side, and I'm not using this foot. I'm just using these 2 feet right here. I kind of hold them with my fingers like this. Pull it off. I guesstimate like this would be the length of the tail and a little bit, because I'm going to use it to go down, up, and we're gonna go through this little loop here. So I usually just hold this up and grab, whoops, I can't see what I'm doing. Grab it and pull it. And then as you can see, it's starting to come off the loopy thing here. Put it back up on the bow holder. Back up there. And then go ahead and pull. Remember, this is the adjuster. So you just pull it until it tightens. Well, we're having fun here. Hang on. There we go. You have to hold this one. I forgot. Okay, there we go. Take it off now that it's nice and tight. And it fell apart. Let me try that again. I don't retape. You all know that. I think that's the first bow I've made that it didn't work. I wasn't paying attention. Something I did wrong. Hang on. We'll cut it again. We go down in the center. Oops. Down in. I love a good blooper video, don't you? No. Sorry, I'm trying to make this short and it's not working out. Okay, I'm going to use my tweezers to grab it. So I'm just grabbing the ribbon to pull it through. I think I may have lost it on the edge, so I'm going to hike it up a little bit. You put it this way, but it has to go back to go in the other direction. Oops. Because you have one tail going this way, you need one tail going that way. And it's got to come through this little loop here. Okay, now you tighten it up with this one, and then it comes off. And there is your bow. Now you can tighten, there are ways to tighten it if it's still not tight enough, but it's really better if you tighten it before you take it off. But anyway, so there's your bow. Clip. Clip, and there's not too much waste, and you get better at it guessing how much you want, but they make bows good every time. And so especially when I'm making these little tiny ones, it really comes in handy. It does make very pretty big ones as well, as you can see. And of course, you can go round and round and round 3 or 4 times. I haven't done that. Okay, we're going to do this. I haven't done one like that, but I'm going to do it. I'm just going to do it. I'm giving it a longer tail because we're going to go round and round and round. Look what I'm doing. Never did this before, guys, so we'll see how it works out. I am going to give it longer, which I wouldn't normally do, but I have no idea how much I need because I've never made one this big before. So we go down in the middle. Again, it doesn't matter what size you're making. Oh, did I lose one? Here we go. Down in the middle. And we want this kind of loose so we can get in there. And we don't want to go in this way. We want it to come back out. And this one's big enough I can actually, I don't have to use the tweezers. And then again, this is how you tighten it, pulling it back and forth, making it stay up on here. Then when it's done, you pull it off, clip the tails. Now I did waste a lot here. And once I got used to making them this size, I wouldn't do that. And then you just separate the number of loops we make. And there you have a pretty multi-bow. And that is the first time I've ever done that. So as you can see, it's not hard. So I hope you enjoy this. I promise the one I get next week is going to be awesome. You're going to love it. I learned it from my upline. I tweaked it a little bit. I'm not going to show it to you because that would be cheating, but you're going to love it. So if you hated this one, it's okay. I just wanted to show you how to make really tiny bows. Come back next week and you'll see a really cute thing. Bye.